welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this really kind of dramatic green smoky eye. I got a lot of requests to do a green smoky eye when I did my Makeup Geek haul because I got in specific this shade called Dirty Martini, which is like a matte like smoky green color, and so I paired it with one of the shadows in the Electric palette and I really love the way it turned out. I love this technique of having the inner and the outer corner as like the darker smoky part and then the center of the lid as kind of the focal point, like the brighter point of the eye. So that's what I did for this look. I have like kind of an acidy lime green in the center and then that Dirty Martini color surrounding it, and I really love the way it came out. And I paired it with a kind of baby pinky, almost lilac-y pink lip, and I really love the combo. I just like love the color combination of greens and purples, so I kind of tried to incorporate that in the lip and also the cheek, and I love the way it turned out. So if you're interested in learning how to get this look, then please keep watching.
Hey guys, so I'm starting with my eyebrows already on, and I'm going to prime with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot just to prep and prime for the eyeshadows that we're putting on and kind of making a nice clean canvas. Now I'm taking Preppy from Makeup Geek on my E40 brush from Sigma, and I'm just going to buff this all up into that crease as a transition shade so that all of the other brighter colors blend nicely up to the brow bone and also blend nicely into each other. Now we're going to take Dirty Martini on this E25 blending brush from Sigma, and I'm going to take that on the very outer corner, kind of in the outer V, and kind of make that outer V shape but a little more rounded, so maybe like an outer U. And then I'm going to do that same exact thing on the inner corner, and then up in that crease I'm just going to lightly blend it together. You want the concentration of the color to be on the inner and outer corner, and then I took my E40 again to blend those edges together. But you want to do the inner and the outer corner and then blend the middle of it kind of slightly less pigmented than the inner and outer corner. You want that concentration of the color to be on either ends of the eye, so that when we put that brighter color in the middle, which is this one called Thrash from the Electric palette, on a flat shader brush, that neon green color is really going to stand out because of the darker smoky color kind of surrounding it. It's really going to pop off of the eye. So I'm basically just packing that on the center of the eye and then using my finger and the flat shader brush just to kind of blend it into the rest of the colors. And then I'm taking that Dirty Martini brush again to like blend everything. And to highlight the brow bone in the inner corner, I'm taking Shimma on this E55 shader brush. I kind of wish I had done this later on in the look, but it's okay. I just ended up doing it there too. Now I'm going to pretend like I know how to do liner well on camera and speed through this, when in actuality I did this a little bit and then leaned in really close to my mirror as I usually do and did my eyeliner the right way. I am just like not good at doing liner on camera, but that's okay because we all do our liner a different way anyway, so it's fine. And this is the Napoleon Perdis gel liner, by the way. And then I took a Q-tip and some makeup remover and kind of cleaned up all of the fallout to prep for doing the foundation and stuff. And this is really a good way to kind of clean up the edge of the eye too. And now to prep for false lashes, I'm using this Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. This isn't a very good mascara, but it's a sample that I had and it's fine if we're putting on false lashes anyway. So these are the Be Brave Mink lashes from Town of Lashes, and they're so gorgeous, and I figured they'd be perfect for this dramatic look because of that dramatic outer corner that they have. So I'm also pretending that it takes me this little bit of time to put on my lashes in real life, when in actuality it takes about 10 minutes. And then for the face, I'm going to start off with NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer and put that all over to prep for my foundation. I'm definitely in like a primer stage of my life where I need it all of the time. And then for foundation, I'm using the Covergirl Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation on my F80 brush. I love this foundation so much. I hadn't used it in a really long time and I repurchased it, and now I'm like obsessed. I don't want to use anything else. And it looks a little too pale for me on camera, but this one oxidizes. So after a while and then after foundation, we're going to move on to concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I don't understand why I didn't have this before, but I am completely obsessed with it. And this is in the shade 15 Sand. I think they only have a few shades, but I'm basically using this to conceal under the eyes and then also to highlight the face. And then we're going to blend all of that out with a damp beauty blender. Guys, really, like, this is the best drugstore concealer I've ever used in my life, and that's saying a lot because I love concealer. Like, I've tried so many, but this one is so amazing. And I'm going to set all that with my Becca blotting powder on this tapered highlight brush as usual, just so that concealer doesn't go anywhere. And now to contour and bronze, I'm going to take my NYX matte bronzer in medium on this. I think this is the F10 powder blush brush from Sigma. And I'm just going to go around the face and contour it and slightly bronze too, because at this point my foundation hadn't oxidized and I was like really worried that I looked too white on camera. So I maybe did a little too much. And then for blush, I'm using NARS Sin because it's a nice like purpley color. Like I mentioned, I wanted to kind of mix the purple tones with the lime green eyes. And I also put a little bit too much of this on, but then I went back with a dual fiber brush and just blended it all together so that it didn't look as crazy as it did in the beginning. And now I'm going to highlight with Shell Cream Color Base from MAC, which is my new obsession, and I'm putting it on with this large fluff brush. Guys, this is like Benefit Watts Up on crack. Like, oh my god, I'm in love with it. It is so amazing. And now I'm going to move back to the eyes to finish up the bottom. I'm taking this Midnight Green eyeliner from Stila and just lining my waterline. I wanted to do this instead of a plain black. And I'm taking that Dirty Martini on a flat definer brush and kind of setting that eyeliner and then also pushing it into that bottom lash line. And then after we do that, we're going to take Thrash again on this small smudger brush, dirty out that Dirty Martini color with this lime green color into that lash line, so it kind of balances the bottom lashes to the top. And now I'm taking a clean pencil brush just to blend that all out. And then I soon realized that I had that big blob of green mess on my nose. So I took my foundation brush and fixed that. And now I'm just taking that full exposure mascara again and doing my bottom lashes with it to kind of balance my eyes out, I guess. And then after that, I did my lipstick, and I chose MAC Snob because it's a very like lilac-y baby pink color, and I hadn't used it in a while, so I felt like using it. So I put that all over my lips. And then to top it off, I used the kind of same tone of lip gloss, and this is NYX Butter Gloss in Meringue. It's basically the same color as Snob, but I did want a little bit glossier of a lip, so I topped it off with that. And then I sprayed my whole face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray just to lock everything in place. And that's basically the look.
Okay guys, that's basically it for the look. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you're subscribed, you'll be absolutely up to date on all of my videos. So once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye guys!